What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Three-Sided Box Prediction Center here for the NFL. We are jumping into Week 9. We are past the halfway point of the season. It's crazy. It's been a wild ride. I'm thoroughly enjoying the season. You're thoroughly not enjoying the season, which is always a good thing in our house. I am David, your host. This is Michael, the in-depth analysis, even though we don't do that on this show. For those of you who want to skip down to your matchup, in the description down below, I have all the times with all the matchups, so click on whatever you want to see, whether you're interested in what we have to say or you want to laugh at two idiots talking about stuff they don't really know anything about. Click down there and you'll jump straight to your matchup. With that, let's jump straight into Week 9, Match 1, Thursday Night Football. We got the Buffalo Bills heading into New York, play the Jets. What you got?
Well, the Buffalo Bills killed my team.
They did.
So that's always good.
Yep.
And the Jets have been playing better. I've been playing pretty good football considering the talent that they have. They've been stringing together some wins, playing with some heart.
Good locker room.
Yeah, good locker room. I'm going to go with the Bills on this one because they killed my team and they showed that they're basically able to run the ball whenever they please.
Well, LeSean McCoy is a beast, thank God. However, I will pick the Jets to win in an upset. Due to the fact that I'm just predicting out of my ass, and I think that the Bills are going to end up having a really bad season because it's the second half of the year, and we all know what that means in Buffalo. It means football season is officially over. So with that, let's jump to Thursday's matchups. Sundays.
Alright, so for our first matchup on Sunday, we got the Indianapolis Colts heading into Houston to play the now champion Houston City Texans.
Salute to that.
Unfortunately for me, as a Dodger fan, that was pretty devastating. But congrats to the City of Houston. You guys earned it, and you have a better team. So good job on you guys. Who's your pick?
I don't know what it's like to lose in the World Series because the Cubs only win in the World Series.
Only.
Well, the one time I saw them do it, they won it. So, I'm going to pick the... Oh, man, both their quarterbacks are out for the year. Andrew Luck officially done for the year. Deshaun Watson, freak accident at practice towards ACL, out for the year. But the Colts are in absolute disarray, chaos, terrible. I don't understand what's going on in that franchise. And although they lost Deshaun Watson, Tom Savage was the original starter. So it's not like he doesn't know the offense, doesn't have reps with them. I think they're going to be okay enough to get the win this week. I'm picking the Texans.
Yeah, you basically covered all points. Colts are just a worse team. Let's just be honest, they're just a worse team. Houston's coming off a high, obviously, from the World Series win. And even though Deshaun Watson is out, I think they're going to rally behind that injury and actually play better defensively. So Houston for me too.
All right, next man. Next up, we got a relevant bowl of the week for number 1. We got the Bengals heading into Jacksonville to play the Jags.
Man.
We got the matchup of the Tigers.
Yeah. Kinda, yeah. Jags.
Tigers Horde.
Yeah, basically. Actually, I'm going to go with the Jags on this one. I think with the Bengals offensive line and the way the Jaguars defense is playing, I mean, let's just call it what it is. I mean, so far they've been probably one of the best defenses in the league. They turn over the ball like crazy. They have, amazing defensive backs. Probably one of the best cornerback tandems in the league. And Calais Campbell's up for Defensive Player of the Year so far. So I'm going to go with the Jags on this. I think they're going to dominate the front. And honestly, I don't think the Bengals are going to be able to do anything.
I'm going to go with the Jags too, even though you don't know what Jags you're going to get. I feel like just the fact that they have a little bit more of an identity than the Bengals do right now will be enough for that. But the Bengals could definitely come out and kill them also. I mean, like I said, it depends on which Jags you get, but I'm going to predict the good Jags to come out, or the decent Jags to come out, versus that chaotic Bengals team. So that's it. 2 Jags, next game.
Next up, we got an NFC South matchup. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading into the NFC South leading New Orleans Saints.
Alliance.
Who do you got?
Well, I've been picking against the Saints for the most part of the season, even though they're a team I really like and respect, and they have the most beautiful jerseys in sports. And the Bucs have been a team I have been picking, and they've been shitting the bed. So with that, I'm going to pick the Saints to keep the ball rolling. I think they're going to make the playoffs and win the division this year, actually. The Bucs are a team that needs to address a lot of holes. So, we'll see what happens, but I got Saints.
Yeah, surprisingly, I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I think in the draft, the Saints really addressed a lot of holes, especially on the offensive line and defensive backs. And they really improved in both ends the past draft. So it's really been paying off, and it's been showing on their record. So Saints for me too.
Alrighty, guys. That's it. Next game. Alright, next up we got the Los Angeles Rams heading to New York to play the Giants. Yeah, very interesting matchup. Who do you got? The battle of the blue and whites.
Yeah. I got the Rams winning this one. They're really playing well under their head coach, Sean McVay. Wade Phillips doing wonders with that great defense that they've already had. I'm going to go with the Rams. The Giants are just in disarray, and the Rams are really playing up to their potential.
I think the Rams are playing a little above their potential. I don't think they're there yet, but they're playing the Giants this week, which is very good. Go Rams. I'm picking the Rams to win. Fuck the Giants. That's all I got to say. Next game.
All right, next up we got another NFC South matchup. We got the Atlanta Falcons heading in to keep pounding them Panthers, Carolina Panthers. Make your pick.
Falcons. Both teams are disappointing this year to some degree. The Panthers more so than the Falcons, but there's also higher expectations on the Falcons than they are on the Panthers because they went to the Super Bowl. And I think the Panthers are a good team to beat in order to get back on track in the second half of the year. So, and it's a divisional game, which is very important. So, Falcons.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one. I think they have a better defense. I think similar to the Raiders' problems, by changing offensive coordinator with the Falcons, obviously not willingly because of the head coaching vacancy with the Niners, they haven't been as potent offensively, so it's really hurt them, and I think that they're going to take advantage of that defensively for the Panthers. So I got the Panthers in this one.
Well, it's divisional. Anything can happen. So we'll see what happens next game. Next up, we got my matchup of the week. We got the Denver Broncos heading into the city of brotherly love to play my Philadelphia Eagles. I can't pick. It's our rule. Who do you got?
Well, I'm just gonna say it from now. Enjoy the Flag Fest, cause
yeah, I play the Cowboys twice a year. I'm used to flags. That's what you don't get. I'm used to it.
This is nothing.
No, it was nothing. The Cowboys are the most fucking favorite team in the league, and you know it.
No, it's
not. Yeah, they also got the most money. Anyways, go ahead.
I got the Eagles in this one. Denver showed that once they play good defense, they're gonna fold. Even though their defense is still top notch. When you have an offense that just can't, move the ball.
Brock Osweiler's starting.
That's basically a free win for you guys.
Probably not, because knowing us, we'll probably fuck up somehow.
No, I think the fuck up should have happened earlier. I think now you're good. I got the Eagles in this one. They're riding high. Yeah. They're a smart team. Every week is a different week. They're playing it smart, and they're just executing whatever they need to execute and overcome.
We got Jay Ajayi, boy.
They got Jay Ajayi.
We got Jay fucking Ajayi.
So
the J train, baby.
So I got the Eagles in this one, and I'm really hoping for an Eagles win too. You guys need to do me a solid and beat those donkeys.
Well, I'm hoping we win too. Carson Wentz playing great. MVP numbers. LeGarrette Blount playing fucking great. Jay Ajayi gonna come in and hopefully play great and take some of the load off LeGarrette so they could be both fresh for a deep playoff run. Hopefully, corners are playing well. I don't know if Darby's back. I'm not sure how much even Ajayi's didn't even play this week, if at all. They're saying he's questionable just because he doesn't know much of the playbook yet. But there's a bye week next week, which is really good for us. And we'll see what happens this week. I hope we don't play down to our talent. Even though they have a good defense, I hope our defense estimates their offense. So we'll see what happens, guys. Flag will slide. Next game.
Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens heading into Tennessee to play the Titans. Make your pick.
Tough one. Two teams not playing that great. They should be playing better. I'm going to pick the Ravens. Just because I feel like they have the pieces to do better now than the Titans do. I think the Titans, I've been saying it for a while, but I feel like they're still a year or two away from being good where the Ravens could be good. Now they're just not for some reason. And Jeremy Macklin's there, so.
That connection, huh? Exactly. I'm going to go with Titans on this one. I think they're the better team. I think they'll be able to run the ball. They had a bye week, I believe, last week. So DeMarco Murray, Delaney Walker, all those guys are going to get healthy because I know they're banged up. And I think they're going to come really guns blazing and just blow the Ravens out of the water, to be honest.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one. See what happens next game. Alright, next up we got Irrelevant Bowl 2. We got the Cardinals heading into San Fran play the Niners. We got winless Niners.
I got the Cardinals winning this one. In a close one probably, which is ridiculous considering the talent that they have. But anyways,
Did they play last week or did they have a bye?
I believe they did have a bye. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. I think they're going to be able to run the ball pretty efficiently.
They got Peterson. So.
They have Peterson. Even though I'm excited, hopefully Garoppolo starts. I want to see him start. I don't think so though, but either way, pretty relevant bowl.
I think Garoppolo will come in later in the game. Because I think
CJ
Berthard or whatever the hell is not is probably not going to play that well because the Cardinals defense is still pretty good even though they don't play really well. I'm picking the Cardinals to win this one. I really don't care who wins this game, to be honest with you. So next game.
Alright, so next up we got the Washington Redskins heading into the loudest stadium on planet Earth, the Seattle Seahawks, baby. There you go.
I can name you two other ones that don't funnel sound into their stadium or have a stadium designed to amplify sound. But anyways, I'm going to pick the Seattle Seahawks to win this one. Who you got?
I got Seahawks too, baby. This is my second team, right?
Yeah, you're a closet Hawks fan. In football and hockey.
I'm definitely not.
Next game. Next game. And for their 100th consecutive 4 o'clock game, the Dallas Cowboys are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Who do you have?
I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this one. I feel like Dallas, while they are a pretty good team, when they do play a stiff competition or a team that's very, very like fundamentally sound, they really can't get it going properly. They can't capitalize on the other team because they're not making frequent mistakes. So I got the Kansas City Chiefs in this one, even though I'm really hoping for a Cowboys win, to be honest.
Nah, I got the Chiefs too. Simple.
Andy Reid's on that is gonna help out your team.
Andy Reid only knows what's good for us and what's good for his boys, and he hates the Cowboys. So we all got the Chiefs on this one. Next game.
All right. So next up, we got a bit of an irrelevant bowl. We got my Raiders heading into Miami to play the Dolphins on Sunday Night Football.
Wow.
Pretty bad Sunday Night Football game, even though it's including my team. It's pretty god awful. Very boring. I can't pick. Who do you got?
Well, without Jay Ajayi in Miami, I don't know who's gonna run the ball. Considering he ran like I think 90% of all their runs this year, and they've already been playing like shit before they got rid of him. And Adam Gase is an idiot. He wanted to supposedly set an example, and he used Ajayi as the example, not Jay Cutler. Exactly. Like what a fucking retard. I'm gonna pick the Raiders just because I feel like they're a sinking ship, but they're not as neck deep in garbage as the fucking Dolphins are right now. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Raiders.
Well, I'm really hoping that when we call a pass play, it's beyond 10 yards, and we don't check it down and call it a screen. Every other play. That would be great. Going to a vertical offense which worked and going to a power run offense which worked. Todd Downing, thank you again, and please clean up the mistakes on defense and get a fucking interception because it's been 8 fucking weeks.
Well, no corners. You're missing 3 this week.
It doesn't matter.
All right. Well, Sunday Night Football is probably gonna suck. Next game. Next up for the last game of the week, Monday Night Football, we got the Detroit Lions heading into Green Bay to play the Packers. Also without Aaron Rodgers again. So who do you got?
Well, the Packers are notorious for depending on Aaron Rodgers.
Any team that has him would.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Lions in this. I think they have a pretty solid team. I like their defense. I like their offense. I like the way they've been moving the ball. They still don't have a 100-yard rusher in a game since it's been 50-something games or something like that, 40 games. So, but they're still decent at running the ball. They just need to give it a little bit more, give some breathing room to Stafford, and I think Green Bay without Rodgers is just going to be it's not going to be pretty.
Well, they're already one-dimensional, like you said, and without Rodgers, they're that one dimension that they had is not there anymore, and their defense has not been playing well. So with that, I'm going to pick the Lions. Packers are, in my opinion, done for the year. It's over, and I have a feeling you're going to see them. They already have kind of become that, but the way the Saints have been for the last basically decade where they're one-dimensional and they can't win games because of that and their defense sucks, I think the Packers are going to slowly become that same exact thing, more or less. Even though the Saints are not necessarily out of that yet, they have been playing better this year. But anyways, So we both got the Lions this week. See what happens for week 9 of the NFL season. Let's hope for an Eagles win. Let's hope for a Raiders win. And let's hope for some good football all around. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Smash that like. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the video with your friends. We appreciate the love. And write your picks in the comments down below, because it's fun to laugh at ourselves being idiots, or laugh at other people telling us that we are idiots when it's really you guys. But that's usually not the case. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Enjoy the week of football ahead, and we will see you all for week 10 of the NFL season. Take care.